welcome to Cinema Express. So this is still very fresh in our memories, this whole episode. So did you actually think, because I saw the series and it says a lot of stuff, things which are not said before. And are you a little skeptical about the reception?
No. No, skeptical. I'm certainly not skeptical. You do the best you can and put your vision out there in the best way you can. It's an educated vision in terms of it's informed and it's backed by research, but at the same time, my own perception and opinions based on that. It took 6 years, so there's nothing arbitrary in it. And we've all now worked on it as a team, hundreds of us together. So, it's not skepticism isn't the right word. If I was skeptical, I wouldn't probably be doing this work because you have to hope that there's some sort of, I have to hope that there's hope out there. I have to.
Because considering that there are a few statements that have been said in the show about the Delhi police and the government interference, we may say so. So did you in the back of your mind have what if, someone takes offense to it?
There's nothing in this, there's nothing I'm presenting that people don't know. Not a single thing. And all I'm trying to do is show a specific point of view on a specific moment in time. So I'm not generalizing anything. This is the experience and journey of these characters. Characters inspired by people I met and then fictionalized for dramatic purposes to make a point. But what I'm saying is in the context of the police experience and trying to catch the 6 people involved in the worst crime we've ever heard of.
True.
That's my line.
So in many scenes in the show, DCP Vartika Chaturvedi has this blurring of lines between being a policewoman and a mother and a woman. So while playing the role, did you have those blurring of lines?
There is no blurring of lines. She is all of it. She is a mother, she is a woman, she is a cop, she is someone in power who can use her power to get justice. There is no blurring of lines. She's just all of it, which is the case with all women, whether they're working or they're not working. You can't classify somebody as saying, oh, she's a housewife, or she's a working woman, or she's a mother, or she's a daughter-in-law or a wife. I mean, that's why we're so empowered.
And talking about because it's a police procedural, you've taken from that perspective. So how did you, based on a particular real-life person, so did you have interactions with her? And
yes, I did.
So how was that?
Oh my God, amazing. Because she is incredible. I mean, she is 100 times more than what you see. She is incredible. So yes, as an actor, and this is something that's based on people. It's based on real people. It's fact. I mean, there are facts. So you can't just take off on your own. So there's a lot I got from her as an actor, but even as a person, I mean, it's so overwhelming and incredible to meet someone like that.
And so coming to the dialogues of this show, a lot of them are in English because the way probably the DCP converses with her family, it's more of English. And so was it running in the back of mind, catering to a pan-Indian audience, and if you're going with just predominantly English, so was it very conscious decision to keep it that way?
I wasn't catering to anybody. I was trying to, in the aesthetics of the show, I was just trying to reflect the reality of what I observed. So in the case of that household, English was being spoken, as I observed and understood. And in the case of many of the officers, they were speaking English to each other, and then many of the officers only spoke Hindi and some spoke mix. And so to me, I think that's a very interesting and complex reflection of how society is structured and organized here.
So I had this question in mind when every character is introduced in this show, you have the service of that particular cop being said in this. I just want to know the reasoning behind it. Why was the service being mentioned?
The years of service?
Yeah.
Because I felt it was important for us to understand the experience that each character is bringing to the table. Some characters, IPS trainee, Niti Singh, 2 weeks. Right? Other characters, 21 years. I think it's important to see that in the case of a head constable, for example, 37 years, and look where he is.
Yeah.
Right? And there's limitations. And so just to give us an understanding of where this person is coming from, and you can take from that what you will. But I felt it was important context for us to have where these cops are coming from.
While researching for the film, and while shooting itself, you had decided to not exactly show the violence, but the words itself can paint a very different picture.
Yeah.
Because when you show visuals, your mind might be, boxed into a particular thing. So while retelling those visuals and even while interacting with the Deepika character, because it's the first time we are putting a face to the whole idea of Nirbhaya's. So how was it dealing with those kind of scenes? Because it can be emotionally taxing.
The entire show, the entire incident that happened in 2012. I mean, it was emotionally taxing is a very understated word for it. Creating this, doing this, I mean, there's no other way of doing something like this without being completely becoming one part of that emotion. And if it taxes you, well, it taxes you. If it exhausts you, it exhausts you. But then that's what you're aiming to do, right?
True. And so was this very clear in the writing part itself that you wanted to not show the graphic violence and just make it a very visceral thing?
No question. I wouldn't have done it otherwise. It was conditional in my own mind, and I think it was very important that we show not even we don't show any violence.
Correct.
Really. Like you said, it's just dialogue about the incident, and within that, there's no dialogue we haven't heard. We've read it all. That was very important to me because this is not about the depiction or illustration of graphic violent incidents. It's about understanding of evil.
Yeah.
It's about the people who we need to fight it for us, who we ask to fight it for us. And it's about the effect it has on them. That's really, and the investigation, the procedural aspect of how these things get solved so we understand more about it.
So do we have a season 2 on the cards?
We do have season 2 on the cards.
Okay.
Yes. Same cast, different crime.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.